What's up, everybody? Thank you all for tuning in. How how's your day going for you guys? I hope it's going fucking amazing. You guys are tuned into the Jaylarock show, and I am Jaylarock. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all for being here today. Um, I accept all donations, even food stamps. I'm not being funny. I mean that. I even accept food stamps. Okay. So shout out to food stamps. So before we start this, I'm just gonna give you a little intro, and that's that, and we'll get right back. You heard the best word, but yes, it's true that we got the bus because it can't be the best unless it came from us. The best five of us said we'll take no stuff. We gonna do the city, we gonna do something. We number one, ain't something you can do it. If you wanna get down, we'll rock you too. So get down, get down, get down, get down. Come on, cowboy, and get down. Yes, yes, y'all, you don't stop. Come on, my girls, stop getting shot. Cause I'm the C-O-W-B-O-Y. The band so bad that you can't deny. You better watch it for me, cause I tell you why. Cause I'm a cowboy, I might give up a drop. They call me Kiki, the young lady you need. There's a man of romance to make you dance. Can any of you ladies stand a chance? I'm cowboy, every time there's a house to see. You see one, two, one more is three. Your melody bell, rock the mic so vicious. It's serious, man. Serious over here in the building. Thank you guys for tuning in, though. Appreciate you guys. And again, if you just tuning in, it's the Jaylarock show. And we got some dope show shit coming up for y'all today, so I hope y'all listening. Well, you are, but I hope y'all liking and sharing this. That's right. Listen, like, and share. We got a lot of shit going down for you guys today, so listen, like, and share, please. That's right, that's right. So if you're just tuning in, we got some interesting shit to start off with. Alright, now the 3 reasons why people who feel entitled end up miserable, okay? And when we accept special treatment, we're bound to be disappointed on many scales. As we all know this shit, you know what I'm saying? Excuse me, 1 second. Sorry guys. Trying to get myself together here. So forgive me, cause we're not perfect, okay? But a recent article reviewed many studies on entitlement, which the authors, summarized a pervasive and enduring feelings of deservingness or for more goods, okay, service or special treatments than others, with or without any difficulty earn rights to those benefits. And I'm sure that we know a lot of motherfuckers that's like that. Real shit. But with that being said, no doubt we all know people who fits his description. So the student who expects a good grade without putting in effort
the friend who always expects you to be available but is never there for you, and the family member who expects to be waited on by everyone else, okay? Now, the article, well, the topic on most is just the three main problems, with aggravated senses of entitlement and shit like that, A lot of people need to understand and they need to check this shit when it comes down to it, okay? So, entitlement and viability leads to disappointment, okay? Now, when a person expects everything to turn out his way or her way, regardless the efforts he or she invested, he or she bounds to be disappointed. For example, students with high entitlement are most likely to be disappointed with their grades. Further, being overly entitled leads to broken relationships in parts because entitlement is linked to excessively high standards for others too. You know what I'm saying? So, and number two aspect is like disappointment leads to suffering. Okay. In case you guys don't know it, yeah, it does. Disappointment leads to suffering. So, when overwhelmed or with overly entitled persons is unrealistic, expectations aren't met, the results disappointing often leads to anger and resentment. Now, these emotion reactions tend to damage relationships, whether with a teacher, boss, family member, romantic partner, or other, as the author, notes. But not even God gets a free pass when expectations of entitlements are violated. Among those who have a strong sense of entitlement, personal suffering is likely to lead to hostility and frustration towards God. Yeah, it really does. But moving on, though, to part 3 of this. So self-protective efforts, maintaining, entitlement. But disappointment can be threatening, the ego of a high entitled person. So by suggestions that he or she isn't so special after all to protect their ego, the person is likely to blame others for disappointment, which reinforces their sense of entitlement. For example, as a study shows, author notes a highly entitled person who was fired for a poor job performance may blame her boss, saying he was threatened by her superior abilities. But thus, what could be a corrective experience actually strengthens one's sense of specialness. So these authors, they studies show too, aren't overly optimistic that the traits can be changed, although they briefly discuss ways that therapy might address entitlement. So they suggest a therapist could explore how a person's interpret expectations that aren't met. You know what I'm saying? So while it's easy to see other excessiveness entitlements, it can be harder to see more unannounced versions in ourselves at times. Okay, so we all ain't fucking perfect, and that's real understandable. All right, but it's when you in denial, it's gonna fuck you up. All right, but most of us carry some expectation that life will be fair, that our car won't break down, that we will have a steady income and low cost health care, and that we'll be healthy and we'll live into our 90s. Then we can hope for these things, but none of these wishes is granted, or guaranteed. What to say? I'm sorry, but they had once treated a woman who had terrible medical crisis. In the middle of her treatment, she came through, and it was deep appreciation for all subsequent experiences. She described being thankful and even experienced a painful medical procedure because she knew she had almost reached the end of all experience in life. When we believe that life owes us nothing, you know what I'm saying? And we have infinity opportunities to experience gratitude and even in the most midst of pain and disappointment. So that's something I just hope you people can take with you to the bank, because it's really that way, so you can't, nobody owes you nothing. Everything you do, you have to go out sometimes and do it on your own. And that's just the truest shit ever. Fuck what anyone says. Before we start our next joint, give you a little head bopper break. We about it. Yeah, so if you guys is just tuning in, this is the Jaylarock show. You macaroni mouth eating motherfuckers. Alright, now back to the skits of things. Now, how negativity can kill a relationship, okay? Now, there's elegance, summary to tradition, or traditional wedding vows, for better or for worse, but love is not, sentimental, as it used to be, excuse me. And most of us do not realize how lopsided it can be, but these worst matters have for more than the better in marriage or any other relationship, so that's how the brain works. But our thoughts and feelings are skewed by what researchers call the negative effect, which is our tendency to respond more strongly to negative events and emotions than to the positive ones, if you're following me. Now, when we meet, hear a mix or compliment and criticism, we obsess over the criticism instead of enjoying the praise. Now, the imbalance, also known as the negativity bias, involves in the brain because it's kept our ancestors alert to deadly threats, but two, it often wraps our perspective and behavior. So a slight conflict can have ruinous consequences when the power of bad overwhelming your judgment. So provoking you to actions that further alienates your partner, so you fare better by using your rational brain to override your rational impulse. But to do that, you need to first understand just how powerful that can be. All right. So in relationships, the negative effects magnify your partner's faults. So real or imagined, starting with their ingratitude, but because you're so or also biased by an eternal overconfidence, that magnifies your own strength. So you wonder how your partner can be so selfish and you so blind to your virtues, all right, to all that you've done for them. And you can contemplate one of the life's most craziest mysteries, and look at that. But furthermore, to say that we have some answers, but thanks to a lot of doctors who have been tracking couples' happiness, They found based on couples ratings.